last topic we have today, we have the Heat versus Celtics matchup. Very, very, very excited for this, but I do not think this is going to be a super close series. I don't think this is going to go 7 games. I think the Heat versus the Raptors matched up a lot better. I think this is a very awkward matchup, so I don't think this is going to go more than a game 6. That being said, I'm not sure which way it's going to go. So I'm going to play devil's advocate here. I'm going to say what the Celtics need to do to win in 6 games, and I'm going to tell you what the Heat need to do to win in 6 games. The first one, Jaylen Brown needs to guard Jimmy Butler. Jayson Tatum needs to guard Tyler Hero. The Heat have been so exciting to watch, but they go on these crazy runs where Jimmy can't miss. He's driving, hitting mid-ranges, and Tyler Hero's hitting clutch 3 after clutch 3, and there's a dose of Duncan Robinson, Jay Crowder, Bam Adebayo in there. But I think your 2 best players on offense need to play big on defense with Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Jaylen Brown's very physical. I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to bully him to the rim like he did sometimes in that other series. And Jayson Tatum is so long, he needs to disrupt Tyler Hero, because we've seen he is not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the hard shot, the difficult. He'll just pull up. He has so much confidence, but you need to disrupt him. Jayson Tatum being 6'9" with a freakishly long wingspan, he needs to guard him. They need to use, this is more for Brad Stevens, they need to use wise timeouts and control the runs. The Heat go on a lot of runs. They make a lot of threes. They're very exciting. They're throwing lobs. They're very aggressive. They need to call timeouts, and when they call a timeout, they need to get a play to score and stop these runs. And I think Brad Stevens, if he can achieve that, then that's going to be a huge, huge, huge point for them to win in 6 games. And Marcus Smart needs to come through offensively again. Marcus Smart is that guy that plays really good perimeter defense. He's getting all the loose balls. He's diving around. He's passing the ball. But recently, he's been getting it going on offense. And this is the reason that they won a lot of games against the Raptors, was solely on the back of Marcus Smart's weird 5-6 threes he'd have in a game. So he needs to keep that up. If the Celtics want to win in 6 games, Marcus Smart needs to continue this hot streak he's having shooting the ball. And on the flip side of this, what do the Heat need to do to win in 6? Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, Jimmy Butler need to play within themselves and know their roles. And this is why the Heat have gotten to this point. This is why they made the playoffs. This is why they beat the Pacers. This is why they beat the Bucks. Now it's time to not change the winning formula. If you have Jimmy Butler thinking, oh, I need to go from all-star to superstar. Tyler Hero's like, I'm that man. I hit all these shots, and he's pulling up from 30 feet. Duncan Robinson, an amazing undrafted prospect that came out and has just been lighting it up from 3. If he says, I need to be Steph Curry, I need to take 15 threes a game, they need to play within themselves. They need to keep playing their roles, because when they all know their role and they're all playing within themselves, this is when the Heat are almost unstoppable. So that's the first thing they need to do. And if they do that, I think they're going to be very well off. They need to foul Jayson Tatum, and not technical, not super aggressive, but early on in the game, Jayson Tatum's a guy that needs to see a few baskets go in. I've seen him go ice cold, make a layup, and now he's making his next threes. So Jayson Tatum is a very, very, very skilled offensive player. He needs to get warmed up, though. He's a shooter. So if they can foul Jayson Tatum in key moments and never really let him catch his rhythm, then I think this is going to be very, very good for them. It's a little abstract, out of the box, unorthodox way of thinking about it, but with the games I've seen Jayson Tatum, even when he's making his free throws and he's shooting the ball, he never gets in the rhythm, and the Celtics are not the Celtics we're used to seeing. And Jimmy needs to finish late in the fourth quarter. Jimmy Butler has always been a big closer. He did it in Chicago. He did it for the Timberwolves, and now he's doing it for the Heat. Jimmy Butler, he's a clutch player. Tyler Hero, when they need threes, they're going to Tyler Hero, I think, because he's proven throughout this playoffs run that he's been able to hit those big shots. But Jimmy Butler, he needs to keep driving, hitting those mid-ranges, being that offensive and defensive leader late in the fourth quarter, because I think a lot of these games will be close, and it's going to come down to which team can close. And I believe Jimmy Butler is the best closer on the floor between these two teams, so he needs to keep it going. So I'm not exactly sure who I have in this matchup. It's such an awkward matchup to me. I'm going to have Heat in 6 or Celtics in 6. My prediction is there won't be a Game 7, and I think this has a potential to even go only 5 games with a team only picking up 1 game. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this was a long episode. We had a lot of sports, a lot to talk about, and there's a lot to comment about, so there's a lot of opinions getting thrown around. Let me know what you guys think. Very excited now that NBA is getting into the thick of it with the conference finals coming up, and then the NFL just playing a million games yesterday. I was in sports paradise. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you all next time. Peace.